Hey everybody, this is going to be a video about installing a tire on a beadlock wheel. It's a video I kind of pieced together probably a year ago and just never got to the upload part of it. Situations have changed, and first off, would you please like and subscribe? Maybe check out some of my other videos that I'm uploading. Anyway, in the video that I made, I don't think I mentioned or talked about after you install them and run them. And basically after you get them installed and you've run them for, say, 20-50 miles, something like that, you want to go back and retorque every one of these, make sure that they haven't loosened up. And you'll do this probably for the first 1,000 miles. Do it every so often, just to make sure that nothing's trying to loosen up. I put thousands and thousands of miles on these wheels now, and I feel safe just jumping in it and going. I haven't had them loosen up in a long time. I had one that actually seemed like every time it would be a little bit looser than the others, and now I check them and nothing's loose, nothing moves. They stay tight. So let's get back to the video that I've already made. Some beadlock wheels. Figure I would go over and install with them for you. Let me show them to you here. They have this grooving where it pinches the bead, helps keep from slipping, and on the ring has some knurling on it. It pinches in between on the bead. They are a -38 offset 3.5-inch back spacing. Oh yeah, that's made in China, like most wheels. We're putting 38, 13, 50, 17 Milestar Patagonias on. I had some 37s and was happy with them, so I'm going with the 38. And some things you are going to need to install these. I have an 1-inch-pound torque wrench. We have a foot-pound torque wrench. Your valve stem core remover, something to pull your valve stem through the wheel. You will need to buy a valve stem. I'm not going to run air sensors with these. No point. I have to turn them off all the time if you're airing down. And you're also going to need some tire lube. And something I don't have out yet. We will need anti-seize. We will put this on every boat. Alright, you're going to lube up your valve stem. So you can insert it through the hole, thread this on. You want to get it threaded down pretty far. I don't put it against the wheel, I just get on it and pull that sucker through until it pops in. And that is good to go. We go push on it, make sure it don't come loose. It's seated in there good. Okay. Alright, now we're going to take and mount this tire And you gotta figure out which side you want out. You want the raised letter, and this side's less raised. I'm gonna put the raised side facing out. Now on tires, you have these dots. I don't know if you can see that. There is a red dot and a yellow dot. A lot of people don't know what that is. Well, one is your high spot, one is your light spot. So I usually mount the yellow dot lined up with the valve stem. And this stuff's pretty slimy, so gloves. We don't need the front, we just lube the back only. Do not lube the front of the tire where the beadlock is going to be pinching. Just drops on. Got the wheel in there, shoved in there. Line up the tire. What we want to do, push the wheel out. Which, because of the weight, hard to do. Now that you got the wheel loose, find your yellow dot. Yeah. Spin your wheel. Line it up. I'll push it back down. 5-gallon bucket to set in the center of the wheel. You find out gravity helps you a lot during this. Okay, see my yellow dot and my valve stem. What you want to do, get this edge of the tire tucked down all the way around. So on these wheels it tends to work really good. It's either that or it's the tire. And this is a project I've been working on with my kids. I know this ain't a beadlock wheel, but you probably see it in the background in a few of these shots. We just got these tires mounted on yesterday. Had about 30-year-old tires on it. I don't know if y'all care to see it, but I'm gonna show it anyway. We're doing an LS swap. Yes, it will run and drive. It's a lot easier to do an LS swap in these things than you think. We got new interior put, well, new seats. Still need to get door panels and put the dash back in it. Anyway. Okay, I'll let it sit here and kind of relax and make sure it's going to stay, not try to pop up out of there. If you notice, we have two sets of holes. So you have two chances of mounting and dismounting in case you screw a hole up, strip a thread. If you don't put anti-seize on it, you rip the threads out, taking it apart later, whatever the case, you have another set of holes that you can mount these with, which I think is Pretty smart idea. What I'm going to do here is we have the name. So I'm going to go to the name, probably, and spin this around. So it's up and down with the name. Got the names on it, actually right there, right there, right there. So I'm going to kind of center this up with the holes. See if that looks about right, which it doesn't. So I'm going to go back another set of holes. That looks right. I'm going right there, and right there. Alright, got a bag of bolts here. I think it's 24 total, and yeah, we got, seeing as how this was a different wheel, looks like I got some different washers. So what I'm going to do, scoot them aside, and I got some already anti-seized ready to go from the last time. Yeah, I may add some anti-seize to them anyway. I'll take a piece of paper and dump them out on. I don't really want to get dirt on the threads or anything like that. Something I noticed, looks like they have some inconsistency in some of their stuff. All these were 436 JH on the washer. All the ones with this new wheel, don't know. There's just a B stamped on it. They seem to be a little thicker, possibly, but I'm going to stick with what's on the other wheels that I've already mounted. And let me get some gloves. Alright, I'll tell you right now, anti-seize, this stuff will go everywhere. You get a drop on you, you'll have it all the way up to your elbows. You get a rag and just start. Not a whole lot, don't need a whole lot. These actually already had something on them, so I'm just going to put a dab. Just to, the wheel itself hadn't had any on it, so that's way too much. Part of the reason for the gloves. Makes it a little easier so I don't end up with it everywhere on me, on everything else. I think this is probably going to bore y'all to death, and I will skip it on past this. Okay, myself, I like the letters, numbers, I like them facing up. I don't know, just picky that way. Try to keep them all facing up. The wheel itself weighs 38 pounds. I think the tires weighed 77. So total, I weighed them on the scale, they weighed 119 pounds. And my last set of wheels and tires, they were 37, same type tire, just a Pro Comp 31 series wheel. with a 4.75 back spacing, which did not work very well with what I got going on with the Jeep now. I was getting rubbing issues, so that's part of the reason switching to these wheels, and the functionality of them. Old wheels weighed 105 pounds, so I'm really not gaining a whole lot more weight versus the functionality of it. And I've done other stuff to the Jeep to offset the difference, so to speak, of the weight, which I'll go over maybe in another video. I'm going to go all the way around, have every one of them started. Once we have every one of them started, we will start tightening it down. And you go in a cross pattern. So you go here, you could go there, then one over here, one over there. Then I usually come back to the next one, next to the one I started, and just keep zigzagging all the way around. I'm sure a lot of people have different ways of doing it. I've seen people use drills, impact guns. Don't really feel like I want to run an impact gun on these, strip out a thread or something, who knows. I take my time and I make sure that they're done right. Now I've tightened this one, I mean, to bear, this is an inch-pounds torque wrench, and I mean, I literally turned it to where it only showed 5 inch-pounds, just snug, so it's keeping this down all the way around. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, once I do that, I will literally just finger tight spin these down all the way around. I worked at a tire shop years ago, and some of the kids we had, they wouldn't even tighten your lug nuts. And you'd go down the road, about 5 miles down the road, you lose a wheel. We literally had them come back on a wrecker. And I think that's kind of why I like to do a lot of my stuff myself, because I know it'll be done right. I guess I trust myself more than I trust other people. In case anybody's wondering, these tires are made in Indonesia, not China. Not sure if that's good or bad or better or worse. I've been good with these though. They've been decent tires. They've been really quiet tires. Alright, we got all those twisted down. And you'll see this gap here. When you're done, this gap will be gone. It's literally pinching the bead and sealing. You want to look around the edge. You got this little bitty line. I follow it along, make sure that it's actually setting where it should be on the, you know, the same width all the way around. Alright, let's start tightening her down. I'm not going much right now. I just want to get it kind of set. This is a dial torque wrench, so as you move it, that is 15 inch-pounds right there. As of center, that's, say, we came up quite, we brung it down quite a bit. So we're going to go like Make sure we got 15 on that one. And I just torque them all evenly as I work it around, so I know it's not going crooked, it's not going to cause something to not fit right. People probably be like, well, why don't you just tighten it down? It doesn't matter. Well, to me, I guess it does. Now that I've done those, I'm going to spin these all down. Again, the ones, I mean, they loosen back up. And I'll start on a different set of bolts, not the ones I just tightened. Work my way around this whole wheel evenly. Yeah, that's probably where people think, oh, a drill is so much better, I guess, but, you know. This ain't that hard, and I'm not going to mess nothing up. Okay, I did that one, so I'm going to move. I did this one and this one. So I'm going to move to the middle of the 4 that I did. And I'm going to take those down. And we're going to go ahead and tighten these down to 30 inch-pounds. You'll end up okay, now that I've tightened this all the way around, I've taken them all down to 45 inch-pounds all the way around, and it has closed up the gap. Now I've got this set to 10 foot-pounds, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start here. There's 1, 2. I'm going to go to the center. 6. Go straight across. There. Now I'm going to jump over here. And I kind of just do it in a star pattern in the middle of the ones that I've already tightened. The final torque setting on these is between 18 and 24. I set it to 20, and I haven't had any of them loosen back up. You do want to make sure you check them quite often after you first start running them. Make sure they stay good. I may, here in a couple weeks, I may retorque them and just raise it up a couple pounds just to get a little bit more. Alright, now we're going to set this thing up to 20 and do the same thing. Go. 1. 20 is quite a bit. Make sure you have a decent torque wrench. Okay, we worked our way all the way around these things. air. Stand up. Yeah. There he is. Back side. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of lube on that again because it's been sitting a while. Just want to make sure it slips really good. Back bead seated. Run these on up to about 32. Valve core ready. And there it is, the finished tire and wheel, Beadlock, ready to go on the back.